'Tis the season for a whole lot of shindigs, and I find the easiest way to be a hit at any party is to be the person who brought the delicious dip. Today, I'm going to show you 3 unbelievable dip recipes that are actually super easy to put together. We're going to start with my classic spinach dip, then I'm going to show you an amazing jalapeno, bacon, and cheddar dip, and finally, I've got my sweet and tangy goat cheese dip that is going to make you a believer even if you hate goat cheese. Now let's get started with our classic spinach dip. So I've got my frying pan heating up on the stove, and to that I'm going to add a good drizzle of olive oil. To that, I'm going to add a finely chopped shallot. I'm going to cook my shallot until it becomes translucent, and then I'm going to add some minced garlic. I'm going to let my garlic saute until it becomes fragrant, and then I'm going to add a heaping helping of baby spinach. I'm going to stack my spinach high, stir it all together, and then put my lid on until my spinach wilts. Once my spinach is wilted, after 2 or 3 minutes, I'm going to transfer it to a bowl lined with either cheesecloth or paper towels. The idea is to remove as much of the moisture as possible. I'm going to let my spinach cool completely, and when it's cool to the touch, I'm going to squeeze out any excess water. Then I'm going to give my spinach mixture a really good chop and add it to a bowl of Greek yogurt. Now I'm using Greek yogurt in this recipe because I find it a little lighter than traditional sour cream. To my spinach and yogurt, I'm going to add a freshly grated carrot. I love the carrot because it adds a little bit of crunch to my final dip. Next, I'm going to add some freshly chopped dill and a little bit of mayonnaise. Now, traditionally, spinach dip is made with a whole lot of mayonnaise, but I find it's totally unnecessary. So I like adding just a few tablespoons to add some richness and flavor. We're going to finish this dip off by seasoning it with some salt and pepper, and then we're going to give it a really good stir. I like serving my spinach dip in a pumpernickel bread bowl because, hey, it's one less dish to clean. Next up, I'm excited to share my recipe for my unbelievably delicious jalapeno, bacon, and cheddar dip. I'm gonna be doing this in my stand mixer, but you could totally use a hand beater if you wanted to, or you could just mix it by hand. Totally your call. So in the bowl of my stand mixer, I'm going to be combining some cream cheese with some Greek yogurt. To that, I'm going to add some bacon that I've cooked and chopped, and then some chopped jalapeno. I'm using pickled jalapeno in this recipe because I find it's a little more forgiving. If you want it to be really bold, you could use fresh jalapeno, but those pack some heat. Don't say I didn't warn you. We're gonna finish this off with some finely chopped green onion and then some shredded cheddar for good measure. We're going to mix this all together until it's completely smooth, and this stuff is ready to eat. The best part about this dip is that it can be served cold on a hot summer day, or you can pop it in the oven with even more shredded cheddar and serve it when it is bubbly, ooey, and gooey. I think it's best served with tortilla chips, but you can serve it however you like. Finally today, I'm going to show you my sweet and tangy goat cheese and honey dip. Now, if you hate goat cheese, you could also do this with cream cheese. But please take my word for it, it is not nearly as good. So I'm getting started with some goat cheese that I've got at room temperature, and I'm just going to add that to my stand mixer with some Greek yogurt. Again, we're going for a nice smooth consistency here. Now this might sound a little crazy, but the tanginess of the goat cheese and the sweetness of the honey is really well complemented by the pepperiness of the black pepper. Trust me on this one. So we've got our black pepper in our stand mixer, and to that we are going to add some sunflower seeds for crunch. We are going to finish this off, of course, with a whole lot of honey. I like to store my honey in a squeeze bottle because I find it makes it much more manageable. I'm going to whip all this up until it's well combined and it is ready to serve with an extra drizzle of honey and a few sunflower seeds for good measure. I think this dip is best served with a freshly baked baguette. I hope you'll give these tasty recipes a try, and if you do, be sure to tweet or Instagram me a photo because you know I love seeing what you're coming up with in your very own kitchens. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to The Domestic Geek because there's lots more deliciousness where this came from.